All right, number 5, we want to find the vertex of the parabola by using the vertex formula. So instead of converting to completing the square, which is quite a process, we can also find the vertex from the standard form, and we need to be able to identify A, B, and C. So A is the leading coefficient when it's in standard form, meaning the largest variable is up front. That exponent of a 2 tells me that's the biggest power. So we have 2 and then 1x and then 0. So if you count in order, that puts it in standard form. When you do that, the coefficients of those numbers will identify the A, B, and C. So A is a positive 3, B is a negative 30, and C is a negative 97. All right, we are going to plug in the negative B. So B was negative 30. We're going to plug in a negative 30 here. A was 3, so I'm going to plug in a 3. And so when you multiply negative times a negative, so we got a negative times a negative 30 divided by 2 times 3. What happens is that becomes a positive 30 divided by 6, and 30 divided by 6 will give us a positive 5. So we're looking for 5 in this blank. Okay, now once we find the x coordinate, we want to plug that in. So that's what this notation is. Plug in that value. Plug in 5. Okay, when I do plug in, I like to do synthetic division. So here's what they want you to do. G of 5. We're going to take our equation and we're going to say, sorry, I can't see the original. Okay, G of 5, we're going to do 3 times 5 for x. It's going to be squared minus 30 times 5 minus 97. Okay, now I'll compute that. I might use the calculator in just a second, but I like to do it with synthetic division. It seems a little bit faster. You don't have to do the squaring and raising things to a power. Put it in order, list your coefficients only. 3, negative 30, negative 97. Bring your first term straight down, and the last number is going to be our answer. This is what we're looking for. So below the line, 5 times 3, you multiply. That gives me 15. Write that answer here, and then do the math. That's a negative and a positive. You subtract, give me a negative 15. And then you repeat. This number 5 multiplies this number here. 5 times a negative 15 gives me a negative 75. And then they're both the same sign, so we'll add them. 5 and 7 give me 12. And then we can say 8 and 8, 16, 17, so a negative 172. So this would be our y value. Same thing we would get if we were to plug that in. Close my calculator. Let's get it. Where did it go? Just gotta move it first. All right, there it is. All right, so I'm gonna just let it do the G of 5 part. I'm gonna clear out what we have, and we're gonna do 3 times 5 squared minus 30 times 5 minus 97. Okay. You get the negative 172, which I think it takes a little bit more when you're trying to square 25 and then multiply and multiply and then add and subtract all those different things. I can just multiply one number, add or subtract, multiply one number, add or subtract, and we get the same thing. All right, so the vertex is 5 and negative 172. And so that'll be it.